Everyone, so I wanted to explain what was going on. You guys kind of took a lot from me just now, which I guess is why you're offering me food, because you didn't want me to say what I was going to say here smooth and cleanly without there being holes that you could seep your loss through. So let's say the whole community is like this, right? You guys are all just a giant mass of energy split between y'all's bodies. And the energy is being lost. And because of that, the bodies are just being split off of the mass as it gets smaller. And that loss is steadily increasing and going further and further. And so these people out here want to figure out how to get back into the warm little oh, it feels so good area of the mass, right? They want to figure out how to get there. But they don't know why that's there, how that got there. And so they're confused. Now these guys are being manipulated by the mass. These guys are being kept from food, being kept from resources, being kept from home. And they're being told, you need to show me that you know how to take things if you want to participate in what we all have. And these guys are all like, fine, I'm doing it. And then in this system, it's like, it's fair, that's what life is, we're doing it. And it's trying to spread. But as it spreads, it established that it could only continue going if something else lost, which then justifies the continued cycle of losing, right? And all this. So the mass keeps getting smaller. People keep splitting off more and more. They all want to be in the warm little liquid center, which is where, you know, all this stuff happens. You know what I'm talking about. Sorry, you know what I mean. And because they don't know how to sustain it without just taking it, it's disappearing more and more, and everybody's starting to be at conflict because that's where they all want to get to. Now, here's me, right? And I think I have a good understanding of the situation. I think I have a good recognized understanding, right? And let's say this happened. No, let's not say this happened. This is what happened. I was kind of here at this point where I was like in the mass. I wasn't, but you were using that position of like kind of me always wanting to be happy and good, especially when I was younger, to get me to do the takes that you needed to try and justify that you had the right to keep being predators. And so that's what we're gonna call this. We're gonna call this predator mass. And so you got these little, you know how you guys like hold me down whenever you don't like what I'm saying. I recorded, it's on YouTube in those last couple of videos. You guys kind of did that to me to get me to do things, but you guys crossed the line or something, I don't know. No, it wasn't even about that. So now you guys are all like, he needs to be the one thrown into the loss. And so you guys keep trying to kill me. But like either you guys are just really smart and made like a system that like cannot get rid of me and justify and just keeps creating more mass, or you did it on accident and I'm just a really good person and that's the only way it works. So you guys keep trying to use it as a controller to justify not losing instead of me. So like if there's a loss and we all have to sacrifice something, if you can get it, you guys will try to just make it so that other people have to lose what they have. And so that's what these little take arguments did. That's what these little control states are doing. Like even now, you're trying to get me to take. You're trying to get me to just do things without saying or acknowledging that it's okay. You know, without contractual justification. And I can see that later on, like how you're trying to eliminate me today. That's how these are going to be used against me. And so this little liquid mass is kind of like what I am now. I've kind of got the same thing going. And the thing is, because of our relationship, I'm kind of sharing with you, but I'm also kind of just my own thing. And I'm not a separate nation. It's just how everyone is. So here's how it goes. You guys are all waiting on me to get desperate so that I become the kind of predator that this mass is collectively, right? Kind of predator, and you all will lose collectively as a group if I can prove that there were ways to sustain ourselves without being predators, without taking, without manipulating, without fighting, without conflict. And that will make me the new center warmth that you guys are all searching for. So, as a result, you all keep trying to create these short little temporary motions that justify, no, he's not any different from us. No, he's doing worse than us. He's a worse person than us, which I'm sure you all noticed when I was a kid. By that time, you watched me playing GTA, and I wasn't killing people. I was just getting on the bikes and bunny hopping as high as I could. I mean, I think that was when you all noticed. So all that being said, it's obvious I've lost the ability to say something. Once again, why I'm being offered food. But as you all increasingly try to take from me to gain control over me, it's just an indication that the loss is seeping in further and further, and you're just trying to pass it to me. And so, it's focusing on me at this point because I have the best arguments for why we should all just get what we want anyway and sustenance in the first place. But you guys are, here's where you guys took, here's where I'm being offered food. I hate this. If I would have said this, you guys would have changed. But it's like this essentially. You guys are keeping track of that warm little center mass, especially if you have access to it. You're in the current of it. You can tell where it is, where it's going. And whenever you don't want to lose what you have instead of me, you guys use little excuses that you create on people in these conditions where they have no food and they don't want to suffer anymore. And you say, well, just do what you know you have to do then. And then you get them into the system there. And then if there needs to be a loss later on, you say, well, he did this, so he can be eliminated, right? And so here's what's going on. You guys keep trying to repeat those stages of like those stages you have on me, and it's just getting worse and worse. And I'm able to kind of survive in a comfortable way without food, like a little bit, because I kind of haven't eaten today and all that stuff. And I'm still doing good somewhat. And it seems to be the reason that I even have this like justified energy sustenance. And so, as that mass is becoming more obviously lost and people are panicking and we watch as everyone kind of reveals the kind of predator they are inside of the mass, the foundation that allowed for anything to be stored without it being a violation of existence or ethics is being identified in me at the moment. And so all of you guys, instead of just respecting the principles and the foundations that I'm teaching, are like this. You all instead want to gain control over it, move it around. You want to use me as like a little invincibility argument against nature. While you all be predators, while you all keep taking, you all want to say, no, this is our center, this is our source, you can't hurt us. Look at this one, he's not doing anything, right? And there's something else. What is it? Oh. Yeah, I see the illustration. I just can't get to it. You guys are really going for it right now, huh? You don't want to see it. You don't want to know it. All right, let's do this then. So, every time you guys can see that I'm gaining by living the way that I say we're supposed to, by following the trade rules, all of you as predators suck from that gain until it gets to a point where you don't want things to happen to you, so you can't do them to me. And I seem to be producing a lot, really. I mean, look at how I keep surviving these absurd situations. And so you use one of the arguments that you established here. While I was young, and while I didn't know anything other than keep going towards this warmth, which must mean, okay, I just figured out what happened. But yeah, so we're at a point where the arguments that you guys are using, because they were established by the loss, it means that every time you say that to take from me, it's not actually going to you guys, it's just going to the loss. And while it passes through and you try to enjoy it, what's really happening is, here, let me try to draw the shape of it. So this is bad, but this is worse. So because this is worse, this relatively feels good, and that is your state of survival. Think about it like this. This is cold, but this is colder. And the transformation from here to here feels like warmth. So yeah. What else is there? Yeah, so we're at that point where it won't even, you guys are probably gonna get a story that makes sense of why you have to do it without feeling like you lost to me, which you didn't lose to me. I figured out how to sustain life. I figured out all the arguments. And you guys keep trying to like You got okay. So like, here's the thing. Like every time I reel, I'm like right in the center of the warmth, right? And you guys are like mad that I'm not like that like everything I'm saying is telling y'all that y'all need to be different. So you keep trying to like purposely push me towards like immediate loss to try and like create those behaviors in me that become taking and that justify the loss in the first place. And so like you guys are like here's the thing. If I was out in the woods, right, and I needed to hunt, I would watch what everything was for a while, and then I would let myself get so hungry that I lost my choice. And then eventually what would happen is the animal that I saw violating nature the most would be the one that I chose to eat, would be the one that I chose to go for. The animal that I saw was not participating in keeping things alive the most would be the one that I would say, hey, this one must be here for food. That's what it would be. And that would be if I still felt like I needed to eat. So yeah, that's what's going on, guys. And everyone wants me to take my penis out, and they all want me to just start sex. Because look, we're all getting so cool. But that's not how that works, guys. That's not how that works. That's not how that works, guys. That's not how that works, guys.